Woo! We are live, apparently. So it says. Anyhow, he's from the north. No, that. Some current challenges in the works, potential future challenges, and uh, streaming ideas that I have going forward. Because I have some ideas for how I'm going to be able to stream regularly. I do not have the greatest internet, so I can't stream games. Doggy. That's a doggy. So I can't stream games and live stream at the same time. Like I can't. That's just too much data for the internet that I have. But I can generally, as long as it's a decent day, stream directly to a camera like this. I don't know how well it's working today because, as you may be able to see outside, maybe not, seems pretty bright. Can't really see out there, but it's snowing like a beast. So, yeah. And my internet speeds seem to be a little bit slower than they usually are. So I have no idea if this live stream is even working out. I'm gonna try and. Well, here we are. Sorry, one sec. I'm monitoring myself here now so I can see there's a bit of a lag, so that's rough, but doesn't seem so bad, and actually the video quality seems all right, so I'm fairly happy with that, I guess. Video quality and audio quality. How about that? It's amazing. So might actually have something going here. We will have to see, but I think I actually have something going here. All right. I'm going to turn that down now, but because I have no idea whether or not you can hear, whether or not that's being picked up, how well you can hear that or not. But stinky doggies, stinky fart. No, I'm just commenting on what you're doing. You're making some nasty smells, deadly. You're gonna have to register that with the local police department. It's a deadly weapon because that stinks. Whew. But yeah, so I'm gonna be going over like challenges that are currently in the works. I'm gonna be going over upcoming challenges that I want to try and do. How I want to set up the streaming thing because, like I said, my internet is not good enough for to be able to actually like set up OBS or Streamlabs OBS or anything like that and stream games. It's just too much data, and it gets super bogged down. Maybe in the future here I might have better internet and I'll be able to do that. But for the time being, I'm going to try and set something up so perhaps I can, move the camera closer to the TV and I can stream some games, kind of stream that section over there so you can see the TV and me at the same time. And what I was thinking of doing is playing through games. I have some different woohoo. Yeah, I am looking forward to that. I'm definitely looking forward to some stinky surstroming. So for anybody watching this back or anybody potentially tuning in, I see there's only 2 viewers, which is myself and Twiggy the Tree, one of the best damn Let's Players this side of the internet. Twiggy is actually helping me out with one of my upcoming challenges. Potentially, hopefully, if everything works out, if everything goes as planned, he has purchased some really potent, nasty, I guess, surstroming. So if you don't know what that is, it's basically fermented fish, and in the container, it's all pressurized. So you got to watch out where you open it. Don't want to open it inside or near anything because you'll open it, it'll spray everywhere, and it will stink forever. But yeah, so he picked some up and he's sending it to me. And as long as everything works out, it should arrive, and then I'll be able to do that challenge, and that will be pretty awesome. Or or the wonderful United States steps in and says, no, 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 you can't send that here. And then they send it back, in which case I would be sad. And then I would have to buy a plane ticket and fly to Sweden to do this Surströmming challenge there. I don't know how well that would work, but if worse comes to worse, I'm willing to give it a shot. So, yeah. But so that's one challenge that's in the works right now, along with a couple others, which I'll get into as this video progresses. But one of the things that I'm doing, just to kind of keep things neat and interesting, I've got this Garbage Pail Kids hot sauce. It's not, yeah, Atom Bombs Nuclear Meltdown Jalapeno Hot Sauce. Now, these Garbage Pail Kids, I saw a post about them, and it seemed, 6-month fermented fish. It's just a little salty and canned. So that's going to be definitely interesting. But these Garbage Pail Kids hot sauce, I don't know if you know Garbage Pail Kids from like the 80s, stuff like that. It was kind of a thing. But I saw a post about these hot sauces, and I'm like, that seems interesting. But I didn't have any money, so I didn't pick them up. And lo and behold, as a Christmas gift, somebody got me 4 of these. Got the Atom Bombs Nuclear Meltdown Jalapeno Hot Sauce, Nasty Nick's Mouth Impaler Garlic Hot Sauce, and Hot Scott's Infernal Fire Habanero Hot Sauce. And then the last one, which I have not yet opened, is Fry and Ryan's Tongue Destroyer Green Habanero Hot Sauce. They all have different ratings, whatever. The jalapeno hot sauce is rated at 2. The Nasty Nick's Mouth Impaler and Hot Scott's Infernal Fire are both rated at a 5 out of 10, I believe. And the last one, Fry and Ryan's Tongue Destroyer Green Habanero, is rated at a 6. I've tried, yeah, Mouth Impaler. Ooh. I've tried 3 of them. I tried Atom Bombs. Well, I tried the first 3, the 2 and the 2 5s. I have not tried Fry and Ryan's Tongue Destroyer yet. And I definitely thought about it when I was reading them, but Mouth Impaler, Tongue Destroyer sounds a little naughty. But yeah, I've got the plastic spoon, little plastic spoon. So I'm going to try a spoonful of each of them and give more or less a review of some kind. And that should be fun. So I've already kind of experienced these 3, but the last one, that's going to be new, and see how that goes. I'm going to get right into it. And then as I'm reviewing these, I'm going to keep talking about other challenges and things that I'm setting up for the channel. So here we go. Ooh, yeah. Here goes Atom Bombs Nuclear Meltdown Jalapeno Hot Sauce. It's definitely a good hot sauce. First time I tried it, it was one of the better ones that I've had. A lot of the ones that you get at the store are either really vinegary. They have all kinds of vinegar in them, which it doesn't bother me that much typically. But for pepper flavor and stuff, this is going to be a little bit better in that respect. Not super spicy. It's jalapeno. It's a number 2 out of 10. For me, I can tell that it's spicy, but it's not burning. I take that whole spoonful by itself, and it's not hefty. My 3-year-old actually likes to have some of this with me whenever I'm having it with whatever we happen to be eating. So if he can handle it, a lot of people are going to be able to handle it just fine. So as far as other challenges that I'm planning, Um, I've got a whole egg challenge that I'm kind of working on. What I'm going to do is take a dozen eggs, and I'm going to try and quickly and without wasting too much of it, eat a dozen eggs whole, shell and all. So that'll be. It's not my most epic idea, but it's been something that I was kind of inspired to try. Some other YouTubers have done this in the past, or something similar anyway. Especially the LA Beast, channel name Skippy62Able. LA Beast has a reputation for being quite the egg hog. He's eaten whole eggs with the shell like this. He's had either 50 or 100 raw eggs in a giant boot, chugging them down as fast as possible. So as far as sheer quantity, a dozen eggs, I'm not really reaching for the top, but I think a dozen eggs with the shell will present some form of challenge for me to actually be able to get through, because not only is the shell crunchy and weird to eat, but then you have the goopy egg inside, and yeah. That's one that I've been kicking around, so I may or may not do that sometime in the near future. I'm working on some other stuff, some other hot sauces that I would like to try. There's some other spicy challenges. There's a ton of spicy challenges. I've actually written down. I'm going to bring it up real quick if I can. My wish list of challenges. Yeah, close that. So I've got the Chili Cherry Nightmare chocolate bar. It's made by Willie Pete's Chocolates in association with Johnny Scoville and his channel Chase the Heat. There's the Nemesis chocolate bar, which has like 30 Carolina Reapers in it. It's like a yay big 1 pound, I think, chocolate bar. And it's got 30 Carolina Reapers in it, so that is going to be a beast and a half. The Tube of Terror, which I've actually already done, but I would love to do it again. The Moab, Mother of All Bars, also made by Willie Pete's Chocolate. There's the Hot Damn Bites. There's the League of Fire Chug Challenge, which I'm pretty excited to try. A lot of big names have been trying that one out and having fun with it. Little Nitro Spicy Gummy. Dang, one of you is dead and still walking around. That is one of the dogs apparently died some time ago and is now rotting or something. But they're all apparently alive. Visually, I can tell that they are alive and moving around and breathing. But from the smell, I can only guess that my eyes are deceiving me and that they actually died some time ago, because that reeks. But yeah. There's a bunch of other spicy challenges though. World's hottest corn chips sounded interesting. A lot of people know about the one chip challenge. There's the Pocky one chip challenge, but I'm actually more interested in the Reaper Boys one chip challenge, which is believed to be actually hotter than the Pocky one chip challenge and is a fair amount cheaper. So I'm really interested to try that out sometime. Reaper Boys are based out of the UK, and they've got some cool stuff. They've also got a peanut challenge, kind of like the Death Nut challenge, but different. Obviously spicy peanuts, but it's a different type of challenge, so that's cool. Yeah. I'm going to move on to the second one, the Mouth Impaler. Nasty Nick's Mouth Impaler, garlic hot sauce. We're going to give that one a go real quick here before I move on and talk about some of the other challenges. Yes. Spicy. It's got a hair on it. The hair doesn't necessarily bother me, but you've had the spicy peanuts from for because those look good for sure. I've had the tube of terror peanuts, and those were very tasty, but also very, very hellish. Hottest thing that I've eaten so far. Ooh, yeah. I forgot to say with the Atom Bombs nuclear meltdown jalapeno hot sauce that there's a smokiness in there, and it could be the artificial smoke flavor. You can buy them bottles of smoky flavoring. It just makes things taste like they've been smoked, but it is artificial. Oh, poopy. Lagging. I tried going on Restream.io because I love Restream and I love the idea of being able to stream to YouTube and Twitch and Mixer and Facebook and a whole bunch of places all at once, but it seemed to be having a harder time like streaming me, processing all that. Maybe it was too much for it to process, sending all that stuff, whereas StreamYard here, I can only stream to one place at a time unless I pay for the StreamYard Pro or whatever it is, the upgrade. Then I could stream to multiple platforms, and I'll probably try that out at some point. But otherwise, just streaming to one platform, it seems to be doing a whole lot better than Restream.io was. But yeah, so I don't know, but Restream was definitely lagging out a bunch. I was super pixelated and it was behind by like at least 30 seconds, whereas this is like 5 or 10 seconds maybe, and visually it's much clearer. So I'm sticking with this for now, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I was talking about the artificial smoky flavor. It's, at least I think it's artificial smoky flavor. The jalapenos themselves could, whoops. The jalapenos themselves could have been smoked. It doesn't say in the ingredients. It just says made from water, jalapeno pepper, vinegar, salt, xanthan gum, and spices. So it doesn't say smoked jalapenos. So in the spices, I can only assume there's some of that artificial smoke flavoring. With the Nasty Nick's Mouth Impaler garlic hot sauce that I just tried, you can definitely taste. This is made from water, habanero pepper, tomato paste, cayenne pepper, vinegar, fresh roasted garlic, salt, xanthan gum, and spices. You can definitely taste the habanero and the cayenne in there. And I get a little bit of garlickiness. It's not super garlicky like you might expect for a garlic, it says garlic hot sauce, but it's not absent either. You can taste it. And it was really good. Very peppery flavor. Yeah. But as far as streaming in the future, I want to do something like this because, like I said, my internet can't handle, like I've said again and again, my internet can't handle the amount of data that needs to be sent online to stream actual games and my webcam and all that stuff. So from like OBS Studio or Streamlabs OBS or another program like that, I've tried in the past and it has not worked out very well. So what I'm basically going to try and do, since it has no problem, even though it's snowing like a beast out right now and my internet speed is a little slower than normal, it doesn't seem to be having any trouble streaming just my camera. So what I'm going to try and do is take and I'll set up so you can see me and so you can see me and the TV. I'll be set up over there kind of somehow and have the camera set up so they can see me and the TV. And I'll be playing games, and I will have, and we can play, we can do different challenges with these games, set up something beforehand with you guys, and say like, I have to get through a certain level in a certain amount of time, or I have to do a penalty challenge, or for every death in an online match or on a certain level or something like that, I have to do a penalty challenge. So that way, get a little bit of a gaming stream in there, but kind of up the stakes with adding in challenges. And as far as adding in challenges, I thought about coming up with different challenges that I would have to do beforehand. I thought about coming up with maybe like written cards or something like that, and you got to pull it out of a hat, and oh crap, I got to do this one, which is not a bad idea. But I also have this wheel, this giant nifty thing, and I want to take this wheel and kind of cover the front, and then I'm going to draw, you know, pie lines basically. And I'm going to put the different challenges in there, and I'll have this wheel set on something so I can spin the wheel, and then whatever it lands on, that's the challenge that I have to do for whatever prearranged failure, basically. So that's what I'm thinking of to kind of up the stakes there, so I can get kind of some gaming streams and some challenges in there at the same time. And I have all kinds of things that I can put on there for challenges, and I'm open to suggestions so we can come up with some more ideas. I'm going to try and keep it within YouTube guidelines as best as I can, or whatever. Not necessarily like I'm. This channel isn't going to be necessarily family friendly. I'm not trying to go for pure shock value either, but I'm like, I want to do big things and, you know, crazy things and shocking things. And I want to have a lot of fun with that stuff. And I also want to kind of take that and turn it and hopefully do some good with that too, you know, raising money for causes and things like that. But I know that kind of comes later. I'm nobody right now, but there's a lot of things that I can do. So a table foot? No. This was like a reel. I had a bunch of stuff wrapped up in there, or wound up, however you want to say. It was at my old workplace. We had a bunch of these, and you know, they just some of them get returned to the customers or the suppliers that send them to us. We send them back, and and we would get like some kind of refund. But then a bunch of them too just get thrown right out, and that's a waste. So when this one was going to get thrown out, and it was such a great quality, very thick and sturdy and stuff like that, I was like, no, I want that because I can make some kind of a wheel with it. And yeah, but it is you can see it was inspected, stuff like that, and I can't remember what exactly was wound up in there, but either way, it's very thick. It's actually like kind of heavy because it's not just cardboard. It's a thick like particle board, more or less. But I'm going to put something over that, and I'll have all the challenges put up on there. I'm going to do, like I said, I have a few ideas, but I'm open to suggestions because I want to keep it like, I'm going to try and come up with as many suggestions as possible, as many different challenges for the wheel as possible. And then there's not going to be any safe spots. Like if you hit that one sliver, then you don't have to do a challenge. I'm not going to put any of those on there. It's basically just going to be all challenges. Some of them will not be as as difficult or spectacular as others, but yeah, that's more or less how I'm going to set it up. It's going to be all challenges. So anytime I incur a penalty while gaming or whatever is being streamed, then I'll have to spin the wheel, and whatever it ends up landing on, that's the challenge I have to do. So hopefully that makes that kind of interesting. But like I said, I'm open to suggestions, and I'm going to kind of poll on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and wherever else to try and get other people's input and stuff. And if I come up with enough, then hopefully I have a lot for the wheel, and we'll go from there, I guess. Then the other thing that I'll have to do is come up with like what games will I be playing and what kind of stipulation. Like when I come up with a game, I think I'll do a poll. What kind of stipulations will we come up with for this game? So that way, whoever's going to be watching, they can kind of chime in and that game. People can help me pick the games. So it's a game that hopefully people are going to want to see me stream. And once we've come up with one, then I'll put it out there so people can kind of help me come up with the stipulations. So that way it's kind of like the game that they want to see me stream, and more or less with the guidelines that they would like me to play the game with. I really hope I get that. I really hope I get that nasty fish as well. Thank you so much for going out and picking it up and trying to send it, not trying to send it, but actually sending it. Just hopefully, I have a good feeling it's going to be fine. It's going to end up here, and that's going to be awesome. But just on that off chance, hopefully the U.S. doesn't like, hey, you can't ship that here. Because that would be unpleasant of them, to say the least. It'd just be unpleasant. All right, on to the next hot sauce. My namesake. I imagine it did. I have no idea how much that cost you to send, but my namesake here, Hot Scott's Infernal Fire. See if that'll Hot Scott's Infernal Fire habanero hot sauce. Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, we're not sending that. As bad as getting sprayed in their face with a skunk. All right, Hot Scott's Infernal Fire. La da dee da da da. La la. All right, I like this one. I'm usually a little more sparing with this one, but yeah, I get that a little bit of taste there. It's really good. Oh, good. $15. That's, I suppose it could have been worse. But it's so good. It is so good. This one has going for the esophagus there. Always, like, that has been plaguing me for years. I don't know if it's the way my throat has developed or what, but anytime I swallow, it's like things grazing the esophagus. So spicy stuff all grabs there and makes me want to hack. This is water, habanero pepper, vinegar, carrots, salt, xanthan gum, and spices. While I mainly taste the habanero, I can actually I can actually taste the difference that this one has carrots in it. Not the flavor of the carrot necessarily, a little, but it's mainly a very, you can really taste the habanero, and it's really good. It's not as hot as eating a habanero for sure, but it's got a bit of habanero kick. So very good. Now, wanted to charge it as a full package at first, which was $35. Yeah, hell no. Crazy post people. Oh man. Yeah. I don't know. Definitely. I think the stream is going decently. I've been streaming for about 30 minutes so far, and that's pretty awesome to me. And the quality more or less seems like it's been all right. So I've gone over one of the upcoming challenges that I'm really looking forward to, which is the surströmming. We've gone through 3 sauces. What else? We went over some of the other spicy challenges that I want to do. The streaming idea that I have for how I want to stream going forward, doing gaming streams, but with the twist of doing challenges. And what else? What other kind of challenges have I been thinking of? I don't want to give up all my ideas, things that I've been working on, but there's some collaborative efforts that may or may not be in the works with some other people. There's another gamer dude, pretty cool. He's had a few ideas before. He likes watching my videos and he shares them out sometimes, so that's pretty awesome. He wanted to do kind of a 1-to-1 with me with some peppers, and we might do that if we can work that out. If that works out, then I'll certainly be doing that. So that'll be kind of cool. I'm not sure how it'll be set up, but both of us streaming simultaneously and doing the challenge at the same time, basically going head-to-head style. So that could be cool. I'm coming up with some other physical challenges, not just spicy stuff and other food-related challenges. I'm coming up with some physical ones too. Kind of like I did with the testicular cancer awareness video. I wasn't sure what exactly to do with that at first. There was one video that I did that I kind of scrapped where I was just out shoveling snow in shorts and almost nothing else, just shorts. And it was vaguely amusing, but it just wasn't really sticking with me. So I wanted to do something better. I wanted to do the polar plunge style, because I've done polar plunge in the past, but I haven't done it for the past couple of years. So I've been wanting to do it again, and it just seemed like the best possible time to incorporate that into the challenges, but also combine it then with the testicular cancer awareness. And I would like to do other challenges to raise awareness for other things, and hopefully to even in the spirit of raising money and donating to actual causes. So I'm hopefully working on some of that in the future. Commando and kilt, shoveling snow. Yes. I don't actually own a kilt, but I really want to get one. My father-in-law actually owns kilts, and I would borrow from him, but he is much taller and bigger than I am. He's a tall man. I want to say he's a large man, and he is, but he's not like, hey guys, how's it going? Mainly, he's just tall. Like, I'm like 5'9" tall, which is I don't know how many centimeters, but he's like 6'2", 6'6", somewhere in there. He's somewhere in there. So he's a lot taller than I am. And with that height also, he is got a little bit more of a build on him than I do. So his kilts would not fit me. So I would like to get my own kilts at some point in the future because I think kilts are cool. And especially there's some neat kinds of kilts, different kinds of kilts out there I've looked into before. And that would be neat. I would love to do some kind of challenge. Like there's that video of the dude. I think he's wearing a kilt and the Darth Vader mask and playing the bagpipes while riding on a unicycle. And that video has always been like awesome to me. I always thought that dude was awesome, being able to pull that off. I used to want to play the bagpipes. It's just kind of it would be cool, but I'm not dedicated to trying to do that. So, 175 centimeters. Ugh. In my pants. It sounds about right. Yeah. But there's some other physical challenges too that I can't really do right now with all the snow. So I would like to come up with some more that I could do in the snow. And I have, he's like 6'4", maybe. I could be wrong, but he's not a full foot taller than me, but he is quite a bit taller than me. He's like at least he's about a half a foot taller than I am. Like 6'4", 6'4" inches tall, something like that. He may be more, he may be less. He doesn't stand as straight as he used to, I suppose. Getting up there in age, but he's not that old, really, and pretty active. So, yeah, I got my pen and my pad of paper here. He is pretty tall, and he wears a kilt around. He really doesn't care. He's not specifically Scottish. I can't remember his actual genealogy, and there might be some Scottish in there, but yeah. I know he's got Italian in him, and I think there's some Scottish, maybe, or Irish, one or the other, or both. But he's an awesome dude. He's into all sorts of geeky stuff like I am. He's been collecting comics and like collectible figures, especially from Star Wars and things from the 80s and stuff as well. He doesn't have as many as he used to. 6'2", holy crap! You're a giant. He's a giant. Some gigantic Swedish Vikings. I've got Swedish in me, but I'm not that tall. I'm maybe 5'10", but that's like on a good day, really standing tall without my shoes, I should say. With my shoes, sure, I'm easily 5'10", but now we're trying to squeak in extra inches talking about shoes. I measured I was 5'8", and then I started actually standing with good posture, and it was like, holy crap, you're almost 5'10", and I'm like, oh, maybe I should stand up straight then, so I'm not crunching down my spine. But golly, yeah, we've only got one more to go. One more, the final one. Fry and Ryan's Tongue Destroyer. 6 hottest. So it says, the hottest. And this one has not yet been opened. I've very much been looking forward to trying this one. Yeah. Crikey. Yeah. There we go. Perhaps I've definitely been inactive for a number of years at this point. I get active and I work out a bit, but not regularly. I haven't exercised or worked out regularly for ages, and especially since I lost my job, my initial job over a year ago, I've gotten way less active in general, and just sitting around eating and stuff like that. I've gotten a little less toned, perhaps, and maybe a little less fit than I once was. Not necessarily complaining. It's led to some issues. It's led to some like body image issues, and it's led to some actual physical issues. Like I was, yeah, the One Punch Man challenge. I remember you saying something about that. 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, and jogging for was it 2 kilometers, 5 kilometers, miles, something? I don't remember exactly off the top of my head, but that would be something to do. I have started doing more exercise and working out again, especially like ab stuff, because I really want a solid core before I really start building all the other strength back. My core is what has gotten the weakest, probably from what it was over time, and it was never my strongest attribute. I've had a few abdominal surgeries, so I've always kind of taken it easy on ab work. And yes, 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and 10 kilometers run a day. So yeah, that was it. I forgot about the squats, and it was 10 kilometers, not like 5. But yeah, because of the abdominal surgeries, I've always kind of instinctively just held back when working out my core, which is the absolute wrong thing to have been doing. Certainly, I don't want to overdo it, but I needed to give it more attention than I have. And so it was always just okay, or maybe a little above average, where other things, doing bench and curl and squats and stuff like that, I was going crazy. Man, was that you? No, it was you. You're the stinkaholic, man. You're the one that keeps letting these things go, and I hear it too. I hear it. This is Chewy. This is my Chewy. Chewbacca. Chewy. She's my good girl. Well, she's a good girl. And now her mother has come over here and she wants attention. And her brother. This is Chewbacca or Chewy and Boba Fett or Bo. I also like to call him Boba Fetch and Chewbarca when I want to be punny. But Chewbacca and Boba Fett, or Chewy and Bo. And their mom, River. Come on, River. Come on, River. This is Mama River. And she's a good girl, too. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, get down. Get down now, you hogs. You stinky hogs. Yeah. Lean sapling. And Arnold Schwarzenegger, one of his nicknames was the Austrian oak. And you being Twiggy the tree, like there's some correlation there that my brain is kind of making. Because an oak is also a tree, but you're Twiggy the tree. And he's Austrian, but you're Swedish. So you've got that Viking in you, like Hafthor Bjornsson. Hafthor Bjornsson, I believe is his name. Doggies, go on. All right. Who is from Iceland, I think, Hafthor. I might be wrong, but he played the Mountain in Game of Thrones, and he's one of the world's strongest men. Like there's a couple of records that he holds that like the record stood for like 50 years or 100 years or something, and he went and he broke it. Now he may not be, I don't know. He's not the world's strongest man as I understand it, but he's definitely one of them. And it's that Viking strength. Yes. He might be Norwegian. I would hate to think so. Nothing against the Norwegians. My buddy who was in the army, one of his drill sergeants in the army was Norwegian, and he was actually like fairly short. He was like 5'6", maybe. And I guess one time he was yelling at everybody, and Jesus Christ, pick up the slack. I'm fucking Norwegian. Like, come on, get back. It was just hilarious. Especially the way my buddy told it, how he was going off, and then just a complete sidestep to, I'm fucking Norwegian. Like, what the hell? Where did that even come from? I don't know if he was going to make a point or add on to that, but either way, I love that story. So it became like a running thing that I do every once in a while. I'll be like, I'm freaking Norwegian. Although I am not Norwegian. To my knowledge, Swedish, Swiss, German, all that area, mainly that area. But on my mom's side, I do have like Native Americans, very little Native American and Irish as well. So yeah, still a lot from like the Germanic Europe area, that from the I can't think of the word, but all that stuff. Blonde hair and blue eyes, like German fantasy, huh? Deutsch? Yeah. My potentially homosexual or trans German persona, Gertrude. I like cookies. And cookies. And my brother Adolf. Adolf is so mean. Always eating my cookies. Oh my God. No. German. You liar. You lied to me. I feel so betrayed. Not really. I realized I had the volume turned down because I was monitoring myself, and I turned the volume down, but I didn't turn it all the way off. And suddenly I heard myself talking about cookies, and it threw me off. But yeah, it's all right. It's all right. We are who we are. I don't think bloodlines or whatnot necessarily make us who we are, because it always the way I've looked at it with family and stuff like that is like you might be genetically related to these people, but your family are the people that you form the bonds with. And that's why a number of my friends are more family than some of my actual family, because we formed those bonds where some of my family, I don't even know them, or I do know them and they kind of suck. So, yeah. Rammstein. I used to love listening to Rammstein. Not that I don't now, I just haven't for a while. But I've been putting this off for a little while. I'm going to try Frying Ryan's Tongue Destroyer Green Habanero Hot Sauce. Ooh, I can smell it. It's very smelly. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, it's a little thicker than the other stuff. It's definitely a little thicker than the others that I've had, which is definitely what she said. Ha 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 ha. Ooh, that's going to be good. That's very peppery. I just licked that little bit off of there. Nom. Ha. Very, very habanero-y. Very much. That's got an even stronger pepper flavor than the others, and I thought they had a really good, strong pepper flavor. This one, very, very. What do we got? This one is water, green habanero pepper, prickly pear cactus, lime juice, garlic, onion, vinegar, sugar, citric acid, xanthan gum, and oregano. It says all kinds of stuff in it. But vinegar is like way down there on the list. And I love that because I know vinegar helps to preserve, and vinegar's got a bit of a burn all its own because it's acidic. But yeah, I definitely taste the green habanero. I've actually got a bit of a tongue burn now. I didn't so much from the others, but I do now. And some of that is probably like the residual buildup of having the other three and then putting this on top of that. But this one is definitely the spiciest, and it's definitely got the most kick as far as I can tell. I mean, this is a 6 as opposed to the other 5s, but that is very good. It is very good, very spicy. It's definitely not going to throw me into panic mode, but it's up there. I don't know if I would give it a 6, like out of 10. I don't know if I would give it a 6 myself, but that's probably a good base point for people who do not have spicy things all the time, or have some spicy stuff but not a lot. I'd give it just for me, because my tolerance is not that high right now. Maybe a 4, maybe. Now chug it. I could. I don't know that I want to at this specific second, this specific point in time, but I could. I don't think that would bother me too much. Well, it would. It would bother me, but I mean, I'm excited. It sounds like a good idea to me, but I know that it would burn, and I would like to save it, perhaps, to do that for either a future challenge or as part of, this goofy wheel setup that I've got to get on sometime soon here. Man, I have been streaming for about 54 minutes, so this says, and that's cool to me. Got to figure out. I'm gonna take stock of the games that I have on Xbox, for Xbox. I've got also classic Super Nintendo with a bunch of games on it, and I've got stuff on the computer as well and whatnot that I might also be able to set up for this. So I'm going to take stock of everything and the platforms that I have it on. And then from there, I'm going to start posting and coming up with like a workable list of like maybe the first few games or something like that. And then once I come up with the games, then I'm going to also at the same time, I'm going to be coming up with the different challenges to put on the wheel. that can be worked into the gaming. And then from there, really all I have to do is just, yeah. I have PlayStation 2 still also. I used to have a PS3, but I sold it when I moved here because I needed more money. And I kind of wish that I hadn't, because I've missed that PS3 so many times. And I would really like a PS4. Like, I'd like to get a PS5, but we've got Final Fantasy VII Remake coming out for PS4, like, in the very near future, basically. And so I would like a PS4 for that. I don't know how I haven't looked into it enough, like how the PS5 is going to work. Typically there is not much backwards compatibility, it seems like. It's especially with like the newest gens, and it's not PlayStation specific. It's PlayStation and Xbox. Like, most stuff is not backwards compatible. Burp. Most stuff doesn't seem to be backwards compatible, like right off the bat. Maybe a few things, if anything, and then after the fact, then like, okay, well, I guess everybody wants it, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do that. Ooh, that was spicy stuff. That was really good. That was dang good. Ah. Yeah. But yeah, and then challenges like the whole eggs and stuff like that. I've gone over a lot of this stuff now, but God, I'm so looking forward to Final Fantasy VII coming out, and it aches. It physically pains me that I'm not going to be able to buy it and play it right when it comes out. I mean, theoretically, I could, because we did our taxes, and our taxes are just starting to come in. So theoretically, with the extra money, I could buy a PS4 and pre-order Final Fantasy VII, and then I would be all set. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna. I may not. I'm gonna mull that over for a while. I'm definitely gonna put some of this money into the channel, into some of the challenges and stuff like that. But I've got to getting caught up on some bills and fixing some things that need to be fixed, and then potentially trying to save some of it, because potentially maybe might be able to move like this summer coming up. And oh, nice, very nice capture card. I got the Elgato HD 60, I think that's the one that I got. And I was going to set it up so I could start recording from the Xbox and stuff like that. The first time I set it up, it didn't work, and I was trying to troubleshoot it, but then I had to do other stuff, and it's pretty much just been sitting over there ever since. I moved away from my desk, which is over there, and it's now full of like all kinds of stuff. I've got my guitar, I've got another old computer, there's the Xbox, and such like that. So I kind of want to clean up the desk and set up back over there again. I want to make use of the green screen that I set up in front of the window there. It would be nice if I could actually just black out that. I've got something behind the window to help insulate, because it's winter and those are like 50-year-old windows. They're not very insulating. So I put a bunch of stuff in front of it in order to help insulate. But what I'd kind of like to do is, ideally, I could replace that whole window, and that would be nice. But if we're moving, I don't really want to put the money into doing that. So at the very least, maybe I would black out the windows, and then I could use the green screen over there. So I'd be set up on the desk with green screen next to it, and all I would keep using this table, laptop, on this, and I could set the old computer up on the desk with the other screen. Then I can do like dual screen stuff with this and with streaming, and I would have the green screen behind me then directly, so I could set up to stream with the green screen, and I could set up the wheel for that for other kinds of streams potentially. It's just a thought. Otherwise, I'm just going to set up the wheel like over by the TV, and I'll have the camera facing so it's got me and the TV, and I will have this. I don't have the Wi-Fi turned on right now. I'm just going off my cellular signal. I would keep this where I could see it so I could keep up with chat, because otherwise, if I just have the camera turned and I'm sitting over there playing a game, I can't read chat all the way over here unless I move the table, which I could do. So it's kind of a dummy moment. My brain kind of crapping out on me there, because I could very easily fix this whole thing by turning the whole laptop instead of just the camera. Then I could look over and I could see chat. So hey, problem solved. I've got it figured out. Yeah. I'm probably gonna wrap up the stream soon here, just because I've been yakking on and on for an hour now, more or less. And I've tried all 4 of the hot sauces. I've gone over most of my plans. And we've had a few people stop in. The mighty Twiggy the Tree, the badass, has stuck it out pretty much this entire time. So that's fantastic. Anybody who's in here anybody who is in here now or is watching this in the future, by God, if you are into Let's Plays at all, or horror at all, go check out Twiggy the Tree's channel, which is Twiggy the Tree. You'll find it easily enough. It does mainly horror Let's Plays and some darker games, stuff like that. There's a lot of one-shot horror games. He's got a horrible horror game series where he picks out like some of the worst rated horror games on Steam and plays them and more or less picks them apart, and we have a laugh while he's playing. And then he's got some other one shots where it's pretty much exactly the opposite. Little known games that are either cheap or for free, that somebody has obviously poured their heart and soul into, and it's actually really cool. So he's got that series, and then he's got the other series for bigger titles, like current series for Blair Witch game, and a game called Canarium, which is crazy and spooky and awesome. Got some eldritch horror stuff going on in there. And yeah, he's just, anytime I'm doing anything, if I want, like if I'm out making firewood or I'm cooking or doing dishes or really just any activity, and I don't feel like sitting there, back in the olden days, I used to listen to music to keep myself entertained. But nowadays, I like to listen to people's videos. And of all the people's videos that I like to listen to or watch while I'm doing those other activities, Twiggies are pretty much my favorite. So, yeah. If you go and check it out, I'm sure you will tend to agree that it's in my opinion, an underappreciated channel. So check it out, and I'm sure you'll agree, and you will have a good time. But yeah, thank you, anyone who has stopped by and anyone who is still here. I really don't want to end the broadcast. I would keep talking all day, really, but I suppose I do have some other stuff to do, and other people probably do too. So yeah, I don't know. Unless there's anything I'm forgetting, any other stuff. Some other videos for the channel too. Priority for the channel. this is something that I could have gone over in the beginning of this live stream, and I'll probably go over in the beginning of another live stream, maybe tomorrow. But basically, the channel as a whole, what is this channel going to be? What's it going to have? It's a challenge channel, first and foremost. And there's going to be all kinds of challenges on that. But the challenges are kind of the gateway to the other things that the channel is going to be doing. And the gaming stream challenge, the gaming and challenge stream hybrid is just kind of one of those things. But I'm also going to be doing, besides just eating challenges, there's also physical challenges that I will be doing. And along with that, there's probably going to be some actual fitness stuff in here. I was at one point training to become a certified fitness trainer, personal trainer, what have you, whatever you want to call it. Some people call it a personal trainer. Some people call it fitness trainer. But I was training for that at one point, and I have accumulated a lot of knowledge over time. I have not always put all that to good use, as I've been sitting around eating food and growing these. But the knowledge is there, and I've been getting back into fitness, and I don't ever want to get out of doing that again. And so one of the things that I would kind of like to do is just kind of do a series of different stuff that kind of go along with the fitness challenges. It'll be kind of a two-sided. I have the fitness challenges, and then I have like what I do to prepare and to get into the shape that I'm in to accomplish these tasks. And kind of along with both of them, I also want to do kind of either a weekly or bi-weekly or something more or less like motivational type videos throw in there where there's another channel. I mean, there's plenty of channels that do this, but one of the channels that I watch, actually one of the only, where's my camera? Come back. There we go. Camera is back. I accidentally hit the cord. But one of the only like larger channels that I watch is Ryback TV. Ryback he's a former WWE pro wrestler, big, burly, beefy. Other than Ryback, his other nicknames are the Big Guy and stuff, and he's a huge, hulking, massive muscle. He does some challenges and stuff too on his YouTube channel. He started doing, which is pretty cool. He has a wrestling-based podcast and stuff like that, and he has a video series on rebuilding Ryback because he had some very serious physical issues that came about from his time during pro wrestling, and partly how he wasn't taking care of himself and partly for other reasons. But this series he talks about all the things that he's had to do in order to basically rebuild his body. He needed a 5-disc fusion in his back, and instead of doing that, because it would have severely limited his mobility, his overall like functionality, he got somewhat experimental stem cell procedures and regrew the discs in his back. He regrew the cartilage in his shoulder, and he's basically regrowing and rebuilding every aspect of his strength and rebuilding a bigger, better version of himself. So that series is pretty cool to watch and tends to be amusing, inspiring, stuff like that. But the inspirational videos that I want to do Great, I wrecked it. I'll have to be careful of that cord in the future. But I was talking about the inspirational type videos that I also want to kind of sprinkle in here and there, that he also does. It's one of my favorite video series that he does, where he picks like motivational quotes and stuff like that, and he reads it, then he breaks it down and says, what he feels it means, or at least what it means to him and how we can apply that quote to everyday life. So it's not just an inspirational quote. It's breaking it down so it makes sense in a way that you can actually apply it to everyday life. And I want to do some videos similar to that now and again, because there's a lot of quotes and stuff that I try to live by that have helped me and I feel like would also be helpful to other people. So I want to do the food challenges. I want to do the physical challenges. Gonna do the gaming, just for fun, like hangouts more or less, the gaming challenge stream. And then I also want to do, like I said, along with the physical challenges, I want to do the other side of it, where it's like, this is the physical stuff that I'm doing to get my body in shape to handle these physical challenges and why this stuff is important. So you get some pseudo fitness advice in there, and maybe some workouts and stuff like that. And then also an extension of that, because all the challenges, whether it's spicy foods, other kinds of foods, or a physical challenge, it's about much more than just your physical capacity. It's all up here. It's your willpower, your desire and stuff to complete the challenge, to more or less mind over matter. So I want to tackle that with the motivational quotes and the positive kind of thing, just filling that in there, and hopefully not just help myself, but help others as well, because I have done stuff like this all my life, these kinds of goof-ass challenges and things, ever since I was in like first grade, when I used to run and jump down the steep hill and go rolling and bouncing and stuff, because it was fun and other people thought it was funny. So I kept doing it. I liked that reaction. It wasn't just fun to do. It made me feel good when other people were like, that's awesome, man. So I kept doing that kind of stuff, and it evolved over time. Then it was eating weird things and doing weird things. How many handstand push-ups can I do while I'm, with my feet in the air, stuff like that. Yeah, it's always been my thing. So it's something that I'm probably always going to do. Why not share it with people? And yeah, I mean, there's a whole community behind it, and there's a lot of good that can be done with it. Instead of just doing it for myself and my friends, why not do something with it and build on that? That's kind of my thinking behind that. I don't want to be too preachy or like, oh, I'm so awesome because I'm doing this, because I'm not really any more or less awesome than anyone else, really. I try to be the best version of myself, and I would like to continue to be better and better versions of myself. But instead of just trying to do that, why not try and help other people to be their best selves? Or at the very least, just put a little shine in their day, like doing something stupid and amusing that they can laugh at and, that was hilarious. Oh, did you see his face? I don't know. That's kind of my thoughts, though. So there's going to be a lot of stuff going on in this channel. I have another channel which is a dedicated gaming channel, but I'm still unsure as to the future of that. Maybe I'll do more with that. Maybe I won't. Time will tell. There will be some gaming in this channel, like I said, with those streams, but that's not going to be the focus of this channel. So, yeah. I've been chatting for an hour and 14 minutes and 22 seconds. So thank you to everyone who has stopped in. Thank you to anyone who might be watching this after the fact. I hope you have had a good time. I know I have had a good time, and I hope we get to continue having a good time. Best way to do that, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification so you are notified whenever it is. Some of you have thoughts out that I think my think my webcam just did something funny again. But either way, thank you to everyone. Have a good day, and I hope to see you again next time. So until then, Scotty out. Beast from the North! Yes, and broadcast. Why are you asking? I clicked and broadcast. My God. Gods. Ruined my whole day. Just ruined. Forget it. Just forget it. All right, yeah, I'm a dumbass. See you later.